EEK! Stories to Make You Shriek by Jane O'Connor. Illustrated by Brian Karras. Halloween. It was Halloween. Ted was waiting for his friend Danny. They were going to a party. Ted already had on his costume. He wore white pants, a white shirt, a black belt, and a black headband. He was a karate guy. "Be sure to wear a coat," Ted's mother called. Ted made a face. "Come on, Ma. Karate guys do not wear coat hats." Ted's mother did not care. "It is cold out. You wear a coat, or you cannot go to the party." Ted made another face, but he put on his coat. Then he went to wait for Danny. It was dark now. The trees made spooky shadows on the street. Ted hoped Danny would come soon. Then he saw Danny coming down the street. Danny was dressed as a monster. He wore a furry brown suit with furry paws and claws. Over his head was a monster mask. "Wow, cool costume," said Ted. "Gronk," was all Danny said. Then off they went to the party. The party was fun. Everyone bobbed for apples and ate pizza for dinner. There was a costume contest. Danny won. "Gronk," said Danny when he got the prize. It was a big bag of candy. On the way home, Danny ate all his candy. He let out a big burp. "Gross," said Ted. "Gronk," said Danny. Then Ted waved goodbye. The next day, Ted went to Danny's house. They always walked to school together. Danny's mother opened the door. "Danny is sick," she said. "He cannot go to school today." Ted felt bad. "I bet it was all that junk Danny ate at the party," said Ted. Danny's mother looked puzzled. "The party?" "Danny did not go to the party. He was sick in bed all night," said Danny's mother. "Then who was the monster at the party?" "Living doll." Sarah Beth always got her way. If she wanted to stay up late, her mother let her. If she wanted to eat nothing but ice cream, her mother let her. All Sarah Beth had to say was, "I want it," and any toy was hers. One day, Sarah Beth and her mother passed a store. In the window was a mama doll and a baby doll. The baby doll had yellow hair and a pretty smile. "I want her," said Sarah Beth. She pulled her mother into the store. "How much is the baby doll?" Sarah Beth asked. The lady smiled. "The mama doll and the baby doll are a set. They cost $50. Sarah Beth stamped her foot. "I don't want the mama. I only want the baby." Sarah Beth's mother paid the lady. "Here is all the money, but we will just take the baby doll." Sarah Beth took her new doll home. She took it out of the box. Did her doll look different somehow? No. Sarah Beth's eyes were playing tricks on her. Then Sarah Beth put the doll beside her in bed. That night, Sarah Beth woke up. "Mama!" someone was shouting. It was her new doll. The lady had not said it was a talking doll. Did the doll look mad? Or was it in Sarah Beth's mind? Sarah Beth was scared. Sarah Beth shouted for her mother and dived under the covers. "What's wrong, dear?" her mother asked. "My doll! She was shouting at me and she looks mad." Sarah Beth cried and cried. "She looks the same to me," said Sarah Beth's mother. Sarah Beth took another look. The doll was smiling. Sarah Beth shook it. But the doll did not say Mama. It did not say anything at all. "You must have been having a bad dream," said her mother. "Go back to sleep. Your doll is fine." So Sarah Beth went back to sleep. But soon she woke up again. Something was poking her. It was the doll. It was in Sarah Beth's bed. How did it get there? "Mama! I want my mama!" the doll shouted. "Take me back!" Sarah Beth nodded. She was too scared to say a word. The very next day, Sarah Beth took the doll back to the store. The lady put the doll in the window. It was next to the mama doll again. Sarah Beth looked back just once. Yes, the doll was smiling again. Shaggy Dog. The Greens were moving into their new house. The house was big, but the Greens were a big family. Dad parked the van. Right away, Mother made all the kids take stuff inside. "I do not like empty houses," Mother told everyone. But the house was not empty. As soon as the Greens opened the door, a dog ran up to them. A big, black, shaggy dog. "Woof!" the dog barked. Then he held out his paw. The Greens all laughed. "Oh boy!" shouted the kids. "A dog came with the house. Can we keep him?" Dad shook his head. "No, this dog belongs to someone. Don't you, big guy?" The dog barked again. Then he trotted over to a picture on the wall. "He wants to tell us something," Mother said. The picture was of a boy and a dog. The boy had thrown a stick in the air. The dog was jumping to catch it. What was the shaggy dog trying to say? Was he lost? Did he belong to the family who used to live in the house? Was the picture theirs too? The Greens did not know. Dad took both the dog and the picture out to the garage. He made a bed for the dog. "You'll stay here for the night, and tomorrow we will find out who you belong to." Later that night there was a storm. The shaggy dog ran to the back door. "Woof, woof, woof," he barked. "Oh no, you cannot come in," Mother said. "You are much too muddy. I am taking you back to the garage." And that is what she did. By the next morning, the storm was over. "Why don't you give the dog a bath in the yard?" Mother said to the children. "Then we can take him over to the police station." But when the children went to the garage, they did not see the dog. How did he get out? The door had been closed. The children ran to the yard. "Here, boy," they called, but the dog did not come. Was he down the street? No. Had he sneaked into the house? No. Then they heard barking, loud barking. It was coming from the garage. The children ran in and shouted, "You were here all along!" But they were wrong. There was no dog, only some boxes and the old picture from the house. The children stood as still as statues. They could not believe their eyes. Now 2 dogs were in the picture. They were both jumping for the stick. The new dog was big and black and shaggy. What had happened? The Greens never knew. But they never saw the big, shaggy dog again.